Man, I got a crazy one for y'all today, bro. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you'd like to donate to the channel, the cash at the top right corner of the video. But let's get into it, man, because today we got a crazy one, bro. So if you don't know who this man is, this man's name is Anthony Saleh. Anthony Saleh is actually a manager for Kendrick Lamar, a manager for Nas, and a manager for none other than Future. Now, if you could see here, he manages them all three. He managed Future around the same time him and Drake did a collab album. The collab album was What a Time to Be Alive, which is more of a reason why you could see him with OVO bags. It's the main reason why you could see him with OVO bags in the first place. If you could see here, Drake, in the beginning of the beef about 6 months ago, he was making fun of Anthony Saleh to gain a response from Kendrick Lamar. Around this time, Drake had already dropped Push-Ups and he already dropped Tailor-Made Freestyle. And at this point, he was trying to get Kendrick Lamar to respond. One way to get him to respond was to make fun of Kendrick Lamar's manager. You see, Kendrick Lamar hadn't responded to Drake yet. Anthony Saleh had managed Future when he dropped What a Time to Be Alive. So obviously, at some point, he had to have been cool with Drake, allegedly, right? Or, I mean, cool enough to buy his merch without feeling some type of way, right? Which explains why he has the OVO bags. But moving forward, what ended up happening that caused an issue, and I'll play this video right now to get a better understanding.
Who the hell is this? You've probably seen him on DJ Academic's stream for buying bots, or when Drake brought him into the Kendrick Lamar beef. This is Anthony Saleh. He's the CEO of Amgen Entertainment Group, but he's most known for being Kendrick Lamar's manager. Anthony grew up in LA. He never went to college, but through friends met and started working for Nas at age 23. This relationship with Nas really helped Saleh establish himself as a real player in the music game. In 2014, Future signed him as management, and immediately after, he dropped DS2 and a collaboration album with Drake, making...
You see, he dropped a collab album with Drake. Future dropped a collab album with Drake. Anthony Saleh was his manager at the time, which could explain why he has no problem buying Drake's merch at all. At one point, I'm assuming that he thought that everything was good amongst everybody. I don't think he has any ill will towards Drake if he's buying his merch, right? So let's get back to the video.
2 months. Saleh also signed Kendrick Lamar just 10 weeks before his most recent album, Mr. Morale and the Big Stepper. And during the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, Saleh has been catching strays from Drake and the internet. Not only did Drake rap about him and put him all over his story, DJ Academics was on live talking about how Kendrick Lamar's camp is buying botters to run up his numbers on his diss tracks. One famous botter even showed a receipt where Anthony Saleh had sent him $2,500 for his services. And the only reason this came out was because they owed the botters more money that they never paid.
Now, this was all alleged. All this was all alleged, bro. This was all alleged. The bots, all that was all fake when it came down to it. But this is the interesting part, was that people were like, why would he do that? You know, why would he do that? And why would Drake share him to gain a response from Kendrick Lamar? Well, I guess Anthony Saleh didn't like how Drake was picking on him. I don't think he liked it at all. And I don't think Ebony Prince, the man who's been trying to expose Drake for all the scandalous things that he might have done at the hotel where he worked at, I don't think Ebony Prince knew who Anthony Saleh was either. Mind you, he didn't start managing Kendrick Lamar until around the time Mr. Morale was released, or before it was released, around that time. So Ebony Prince, I'm assuming, from what we were looking at last night, Anthony Saleh was getting picked on by Drake. As you can see, this is Drake's story. He shared them multiple times on the story, right? What I think happened was Ebony Prince noticed that Drake was making fun of Kendrick Lamar's manager. So in doing so, I think Ebony Prince was able to find out who Kendrick Lamar manager is, which brings us to the next post. So if you could see here, this is the next post. If you could take a look at the email at the top, it says Anthony Saleh. Well, it says A Saleh. But I'm assuming it's Anthony Saleh, right? Kendrick Lamar's manager. And this is posted on April 15th. Now, Taylor Made Freestyle came out on April 19th. So when Drake was already requesting a response from Kendrick Lamar, at this point in time, Kendrick already had all the ammo he needed to respond to Drake. You see the Meet the Grams cover right here. This is the 616 in LA cover, an extra photo right here showing that this is Drake's medication. And then we have an incident report from the Mark Hotel. Now, out of all the things that was shared, the only thing that wasn't shared was this incident report. Now, what's funny to me is Anthony Saleh didn't like being dissed by Drake. I don't think nobody would like being dissed at all, allegedly, right? And once Ebony Prince sent Anthony Saleh the pictures of the proof that he had of Drake at the Mark Hotel, all this incriminating evidence, right? Allegedly, right? Anthony Saleh sent it to Kendrick Lamar. Anthony Saleh is the middleman between Ebony Prince and Kendrick Lamar. Anthony Saleh is Kendrick Lamar's manager and is the middleman and the correspondent between Kendrick Lamar and Ebony Prince. And because Drake had dragged Kendrick Lamar's manager into the middle of this, that gave him more of a reason. Once Ebony Prince emailed him all of this information, and I'm sure there's more emails than this, right? There's probably is. But once Anthony Saleh got a hold of this information from Ebony Prince, he gave it directly to Kendrick Lamar. Why? Because Drake was messing with him, bro. Drake was making fun of him. We getting in our bag or nah? That's what the caption says. Now, this is the funny part. Anthony Saleh probably thought that he was cool with Drake at one point. Only reason why was because he was Future's manager and Future made a collab album with Drake around the same time he was Future's manager. If you were cool with Drake and you had no problems with Drake, you had no problems buying his merch, and you were managers with Kendrick Lamar, the minute that Drake started making fun of you, Ebony Prince contacted you and you did what every other manager would do. You supported your client in giving him the information that could destroy Drake in a rap battle. He had this since April 15th, y'all. He had this information way before Taylor Made Freestyle was made. Just a simple glimpse of how everything transpired in the beginning of the beef. But what do y'all think? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video, man. Peace.